Hi, Don Snyder with Instant Dry Carpet Rug Cleaning. We had a crazy little argument the other day in the office. It was about whether or not to get another coffee pot or a K-cup. And so we actually did a test. The results was actually pretty amazing. So we want to share that with you. Andrew, we've been seeing like in the office in the afternoons, like one or two people tend to want to have like a cup of coffee. And but with our pot, fix a whole pot and then leave half in there. So we're trying to look for something that can help us out on to reduce waste. And of course, we don't want to be wasting money either. So I got right here a nice little simple 2-cup pot that you can get for $20 at Publix, or my Keurig, which of course is all over the place, but it's kind of an investment. Can you help us out about, since you're a coffee connoisseur, to help us out a little bit right here?
Absolutely. Well, I've heard a lot of people talking about the Keurig and how much they love it, specifically because it's less wasteful, it's more convenient, all these things. From a personal standpoint, I do not like them. I find a small Mr. Coffee winds up doing the job far better than the Keurig does. And I'll go ahead and show you some examples of how this is. Right here, we have some chock full of nuts K-cups.
And I got a vacuum pack right here.
You got a vacuum pack.
Same thing.
Same coffee brand, same coffee type, both 100% Colombian. Just as a price comparison, this pack cost $5.99.
Okay.
Inside, we have 12 servings of coffee.
Okay.
That pack right there wound up running $4.49. Assuming you measure it out and you don't just pour the coffee grounds into your filter, you can wind up getting about 120 servings out of that.
That's a big difference.
It's a big difference. One cup of the Keurig for the chock full of nuts will wind up running about 50 cents. Meanwhile, 1 cup of the grounds will run about 3.7 cents.
Okay. Now the other argument is, that's a really good argument about the price, but the other argument is about how fast and convenience.
Well, and for that example, we're going to go ahead and do a little experiment.
Okay.
Now, first off, we have a timer ready to go. Thank you for smartphones. We're going to go ahead and pour, we'll say 2 servings of coffee into the Mr. Coffee. That's 2 tablespoons of coffee.
All right.
I
got to put a little heavy, so.
Well, we like our strong coffee.
That's true.
So,
vitamin caffeine's for me.
Very easy to put it in. Doesn't take very much time. So we're going to go ahead and push our start button and go.
Let's do the Keurig at the same time. Okay.
We'll have a little race. See how this goes.
Yeah.
First off, in order to get the Keurig, you got to open it up, take the pod, put it in, put it down. Nice and easy, right? Now here's another question. Well, you know what? We'll get to that while it's brewing. Ready?
You need to put your cup in.
I do need to put my cup in. I don't want to make a mess.
There we go.
That's the problem when I'm facing away from it.
All right.
Ready, set, and go.
All right, so we got both of them going right here.
Both of them going right here.
Yeah.
Now we're going to wind up saying a little bit of a speed comparison. Now, one interesting thing when it comes to the idea of something being wasteful versus something not being wasteful. Keurig has 3 different settings for coffee.
Okay.
Small cup, medium cup, large cup. The pod has the exact same number of coffee grounds in it regardless of which one you do. So what this tells me is that pod has more grounds in it than this pot needs.
Okay.
Now, as we can see, the Mr. Coffee is starting to dribble in, moving a little bit on the slower end.
Right.
And while the Keurig is chugging right along. Now, as far as the waste is concerned, just by the numbers, the Keurig costs a lot more than a pot of coffee. I understand not wanting to throw away an entire pot, but at the same time, when a single Keurig costs over 10 times as much as a scoop of grounds, you're talking about a significant difference.
Yeah.
The Keurig is wrapping up right about at 1:20 seconds, give or take.
1:20 seconds. Now, so far we got 1 cup being brewed, and we had 2 cups in here.
Yes, we did, and the Mr. Coffee is just shy of 1 cup right now at 1:34 seconds.
All right. So Andrew, we're looking at a difference about 15 seconds.
15 seconds for a single cup of coffee.
Yeah, now that's, I don't know about you, but I think I can wait 15 more seconds.
Well, and that's 15 seconds on a 4-cup Mr. Coffee that probably cost you at most $20.
Right.
How much does the brand new Keurig cost?
It costs about $130.
Now, this is where I really run into the problem with the Keurig. $130 will buy you a baseline Keurig that can brew a single cup of coffee in about a minute to a minute and 15 seconds. For the same price, you can buy a coffee maker by a company called Bun. They have their VelociBrew system, which that's what I use at home.
Okay.
My coffee pot at home will brew an entire 10-cup pot of coffee in 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
You can find these things at Walmart or Target for right about $100.
And that's like the restaurant quality.
Bun is, in fact, the brand that most restaurants use. This is the home version of their equipment.
Yeah, so for less than this one, you can get a restaurant quality, which I do like coffees at a lot of restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
You get the grounds, which is a lot cheaper, but also when we're looking at this, what's more environmentally safe?
Well, when it comes to things being environmentally safe, the difference is night and day. K-cups for a very long time weren't recyclable. It's only now that they've become recyclable, and typically speaking, you have to send them to Keurig for a specific recycling process. There have been enough K-cups over the past few years to circle the Earth several times. That's a lot of K-cups, and these things are not very big. On top of that, coffee grounds themselves are extremely good fertilizer. You can pour them on plants, and they'll restore the nitrogen to the soil. A lot of times, if you go to a local coffee shop, a Starbucks or something like that, they'll go ahead and give you bags of espresso ground to go and put in your garden.
That's good to know.
Very good to know. A lot of people don't realize that.
Well, I think we're going to stick with Mr. Coffee.
Cheers.
Well, as you can see, the little $20 4-cup coffee maker from every grocery store out there is actually a better decision to make than getting a Keurig for ease, price, everything. Please share your comments below. I'm sure you probably have some. We know that this has been an argument with a lot of people, but we thank you for watching.